Hello everyone, this is episode 3 of the cryptocurrency technical analysis videos. The market had a kind of a rough day today. This rising wedge and pennant kind of tossed Bitcoin down for a little bit of a tumble. I deleted mostly everything that wasn't needed anymore. Kept a few of them just because, I don't know, it just felt like it, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I removed the resistance level from this triangle and the support line from this triangle because it was just blocking the view. The only thing I have left is the this triangle and then the trend lines to make it a little bit clearer. I also turned off the logarithmic scale and made it linear because I noticed that if I zoom out, this trend line, this falling wedge kind of forming pattern on the linear scale kind of directly hits it on the resistance level. So false breakout, boom, hits the resistance and comes all the way down. Let me just run you through what I did, what my plays were, and I'll get into the technical analysis. So I sold, converted to Tether, like I think right around here, and woke up, saw this pennant, decided not to get back in, came down, got home right around here, decided to wait a little bit, and I got back in around 10:28. So right here, I got back in. So if this trend line breaks, I'm probably gonna get out. To be honest, I'm not even really a fan of diagonal trend lines. I usually only use support and resistance, but there's also like a decent support right here, just short term, because old resistance becomes new support. So it came, touched, retraced the triangle, came up again, flag, boom, hits resistance, comes down, and false breakout, holds the well, now it's support, but holds the previous resistance and confirms it. So we had a touch, and that's what happened. So with all things aside, I'll get into the rest of it. I'm gonna be doing Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple. What is this? IOTA, I think it is. And no, this is IOTA. I think this is Cardano. Yeah, so I'll be doing those. And a technical analysis breakdown. Okay, so Ethereum, onto Ethereum from Bitcoin. We had the head and shoulders and the rising wedge and everything play out. I think there's a triangle right here that I see, or at least a double top, and it comes down because it tries to go up. This is around the same time as I think this happened. Yeah, so it hits the support. It's not that clean. It only had like one touch I see right here. I haven't zoomed out to see if there's any more. But yeah, this one is pretty clean. This is the strong one. I really, if we're gonna crash, we'll probably see like a bounce here, and then we'll come down if we crash. But you know, we're at least getting a little bit of a bounce, so I think that's okay for now. So head and shoulders, you know, we come down, hitting this support, and this would be where your entry would be to try to catch this move. Litecoin, pretty much the same thing. I removed everything that I didn't think was important anymore just to clear up the space. So I zoom in a little bit here. So we have the triangle, flag, bear flag, boom. This is kind of this would be, you could, if you were just starting out, You know, if you came into my Discord and you downloaded the PDF, you would probably see this as a bull flag and you would have entered. But the reason this is not a bull flag is because the pole is going the opposite direction. You know, usually, sometimes they form, or sometimes they break out the opposite direction, but I really do not even trade these. I completely ignore them. I go and trade something else. The main thing that I kind of preach is like, don't trade anything that you're not at least 90% sure is correct. So these, when something just doesn't look right, and just don't even trade it. That's the best thing you can do. So you know, you ignore this, and it comes down, almost touches the support. I put the support right here because it came up, touched this resistance, and it did touch the resistance over here. So that's a good sign. And it comes down, touches support, boom, goes up. So Litecoin is also jumping just like every other one. And yeah, let's go over to XRP. So here's the mistake why last video got all of the downvotes. I made the mistake of posting this on cryptocurrency, on r/cryptocurrency and r/Ripple, and people were calling me an idiot because they thought that I said this was support would hold. If I remember correctly, I said that it looked like the support was holding, and I think I also said that I would be expecting this to hold because everything else is crashing. It just makes sense that this would crash. But anyway, yeah, this is a triangle. It can break out either way. Generally, this would be known as a pennant, but everything else crashes, and that matters more than the trend. So, yeah, support for this would be around here, as we see this touch and the false breakout. And let's see, just to do some live stuff, this would probably be, if I was to guess, probably right there, and probably right there would be where I think it's gonna stop. But if everything's gonna bounce right here, I would expect this to also form a few small candles before it goes. And by small candles, I don't mean hammers. Well, a lot of people call them hammers. I don't like to think of them as hammers because I don't trade candlestick patterns. Unless the only exception to this is when I see 2 or 3 hammers in a row, and that means that I would reverse my position. So to give you an example, like right here, this little downtrend, and then the one small candle hammer, and then this is not a hammer, but it also kind of it says that we're not going to go any lower, kind of. It's kind of rejecting from this price right here, right? So goes down, rejects, comes back up, tries to go down again, rejects, and that's the high, and then it goes up, and so I'm on the 4-hour here, so it goes up, comes back down, tries to go lower, but it can't, and so it goes back up, and that's what I'm talking about. So I think it doesn't always look exactly like this, you know. So, like, there's a hammer right here, right? Sometimes you wait for the second one and it just doesn't go. So right here would be a perfect example. So it goes here, and you know, a hammer forms, and then it goes up. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't always look like this. And this, obviously, like, it's not really the best chart because, or it's not really the best example because there's a hammer right here and it works perfectly, and there's a hammer right here and it kind of works perfectly. But so if I remember what I was saying, this is not the perfect example because, you know, you see a hammer right here and it goes the opposite direction. But another example would be probably like right around here. You see like the kind of curving look of the chart, and you know, it breaks out from the triangle that way. Hopefully I made that clear. You know, if you have any questions, obviously come to my Discord. Okay, so someone wanted me to talk about this one, Cardano. And the only thing I see right here is like this trend line, but like I said, I don't really like trend lines unless they're channels, like this one on Bitcoin. And another thing probably be this diagonal trend line, and that one works, but like I said, I wouldn't have even traded that because only one confirmation, so 1, 2, and then didn't even get this confirmation, it just broke. So yeah, I found three resistance levels because these were the only ones that would really have mattered, or are going to matter right now. So the first one, this support line, look how perfectly it bounces. And the second one, this resistance line, this current resistance line, this current resistance line, it kind of crashes and then it reverses perfectly on this one. And as you can see, like, it kind of struggled a little bit here, and you would have thought it was a false break right here, so it wasn't necessarily perfect, you know. In fact, I could put it right there. So it did hit it, and then same exact scenario, you would have thought it was gonna hit right here and come back up, you know, the false break, but you know, everything else was crashing, so it doesn't abide by those rules. The overall trend is more important. And so it hit the support right here, so that's a good sign because everything else is hitting support. And yeah, that's all I can really say. Honestly, if I'm gonna draw any parallels between coins, all of these altcoins really just look the same. If I was like, I'm not even in any altcoins right now, because there's not really a lot of money to be made. You can't short them, and that's the only thing I would be doing right now. Like, these two charts look exactly the same, and that's why I don't really have anything charted on them, because it doesn't really matter. It really, like, it doesn't matter. I see a triangle right here. Any other triangles, well, there's a double bottom, W, but like, why does it matter? Double top right here too. Like, it just doesn't matter. These coins, like, are gonna follow the market for now, at least. And so if I'm gonna say anything, there's a support line right here and a resistance line right here, and another one right there. And yeah, that's really it. If I'm gonna go on the 30-minute, try to find anything, double bottom at least, but I mean, no, not really anything. No clear patterns at least. So yeah, that's all I'm really. Those are my thoughts, at least for the market today. This could just be another dead cat bounce, and I would, at this point, I'm already almost 1% up, so I would probably cut losses. Like, well, depends really how far it bounces. If it bounces like 5% or something, I would probably set a stop like 2% above my entry, and if it breaks this, then fuck it, like, I'm just gonna sell, right? Because I mean, based on current market conditions, it seems like if it drops below this line, then it's gonna go further. But there's also let's see. No, that's not support. No. All right. Well, I'll try to look for something else. But yeah, that's what I think right now. If you watched this video all the way through, thank you. Leave a like, join the Discord. I give out tips, and I have a few PDFs to explain my trading style, I guess you could say.